Yo,
before you say anything, that intro needs to be changed. You
I
need
know.
to
I know that.
you need to cut out like the part showing books and just like show a real quick flash of you, maybe a quick flash of us together, and then just me the point at the end. But all the other stuff has got to get cut out. Not to say we don't talk about comics, but we end up talking about a lot of different things.
Yeah. Kind of like going through changing the channel too a little bit. Was thinking about it. Don't adjust, guys. This ain't no rewind. This ain't no old episode. This is live. We live, guys. I hit up Josh and I was like, yo, let's go live.
Yeah.
Until
I wish we do it more often, but
yeah, I know. It's just that I don't have a set schedule. You know what I'm saying? Like I work a lot of overtime and stuff like that, and I don't want to go on late. You know, because I gotta get up really, really early. But anyway, that's excuses anyway. But yeah, man, good to see everybody here, man. In the chat there, thank you for joining us, man. Josh, it's been a minute, man. How's everything with you?
Okay, it's all right, I guess.
Good, all right, man. Good.
Nothing really major to talk about, I don't think.
Have you spoken to Peanut today?
I did, and
he's busy with his peoples.
Well, actually, so I'm like, yo, do you want to come on? And I told him, and he's like, you're talking about what? I'm like, so I told him again.
Yeah.
And he's like, nah, if it was the weekend, I would, but. And then I talked to him again a little bit later.
Uh-huh.
Or no, not a little bit later. At the end of the conversation, he's like, yeah, I really want to come on, but honestly, I just want to play my game. I haven't played my game like all week, which I think is a lie.
Mm-hmm.
And he just wants to play his a game, but he did record a message for you though.
I'm pretty sure I know what the message says.
What?
You're a bitch.
No, actually, no.
Oh, okay.
No.
Wow, surprisingly.
Hang on.
Let's see what he says.
Fuck that piece of shit Joker, Xbox loving fuck. Fuck him.
Did you hear it all?
Yeah, I heard it all.
Very clearly?
Very clearly, yes.
We need to like make a soundbite out of that.
Yeah. He told me, yeah.
Fuck that piece of shit Joker, Xbox loving fuck.
Or wait, I don't think I was playing the speaker. I was holding the mic. Hang on.
I heard it clearly, bro. That shit was loud.
That piece of shit Joker, Xbox loving fuck. Fuck him.
Thank you, Peanut. Thank you. Hey. But yeah, man. We decided to go live, man. Got a couple things to talk about. Like, got the null stuff, out today. And
wait a minute. We're not talking about that. That's not what this show is about.
No, I know. But I just wanted to throw that in there.
Oh.
Just wanted to throw that in. That's how we do here. We just,
Okay. Yeah.
Real quick, because I seen the trailer on IG, and I hate how the IG shows the trailers because it's like 10-15 seconds, and you have to swipe to see the other part, and you have to swipe to see the other part, and I saw it, whatever, and Venom is gonna be Venom, the movie. I don't expect anything great from Venom, but they were getting null. Yeah, we're getting null in that, and supposedly, right? Who's gonna play null? We don't know. Who knows? There's rumors saying that your boy, my man, what's his name? Daryl Dixon,
Norman Reedus.
Yeah, is playing null. That'd be cool. That'd be badass.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
I mean, I like Norman Reedus. He's a great actor, but I don't know. I can't really see it.
Yeah.
Can't really see it, but
Yeah, to each his own, right? And I see everybody on IG.
Yeah.
Throwing out that fucking.
Isn't it so funny? It's like you fucking people haven't learned yet. Like really? Like I understand it's Null, and that was a big character from a couple years ago now, but what movie it's going to be in. Yeah, mm-hmm. there's a story going around that he's going to be in more than just this Venom movie. But like, really? Like, it's a cool book. Don't get me wrong. Love the book. Cool book. Really and especially the third. Dude, even Let sent me a message that the guy who has the original artwork for the 1 in 25 of Venom 3, he's about to sell that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Are you? I mean, okay. Well, where? Hakes? What is
I
it?
don't know. He's dropping
Heritage?
it in the exclusive. Like you have to be invited into the art, whatever their thing is.
Or the gold? What's that shit from the Netflix show? Yeah,
Oh, I don't know, but you have to be invited into this special like
auction.
group.
Oh,
Yeah, where they sell the original art stuff.
okay.
And I guess he put it up in there saying like, does anybody want it before I go to try to sell it, publicly.
Oh,
Mm.
but yeah, that'd be dope to him, man. That's a good book, man. I'm just saying. Listen, I'm not complaining about the book. The book is dope. You know what I mean? It's just, yeah, I see everybody posting that. I'm like, oh, that's all in my feed for 1 second this afternoon, and I'm like, but yeah, everybody got, obviously definitely show off your book, especially that book, the third printing. That's a dope cover, very dope
Mhm.
cover. But yeah, man, that was part of the news today. Big deal or whatever. The bigger deal. What came away, was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? Was it yesterday? No, it was the day
2
before
days
yesterday.
ago. Yeah, it was Tuesday.
It was Tuesday, man. The PlayStation 5 Pro, right?
Yep.
The PlayStation 5 Pro. Once I saw that, I hit up. I text you, Josh. You were the first person I text. Because you number one, you PlayStation head. You know what I mean? And I was like, yeah. I saw this at first when I saw it. I didn't know that the disc drive was separate. I thought it was together.
Mm.
I did. So when I saw it or whatever, I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool, And then I found out that you had to buy accessories like the stand to stand it vertically, whatever, and
Mhm.
and then the disc drive, whatever, and the disc drive is by like $70,
$80.
$80, and the stand is like 30.
Yeah.
And the PlayStation 5, listen, the price alone, I was like, yeesh.
Yeah, you're talking 810 if you want both those things. That's before tax.
Before tax.
And tax, say is on average 7% across maybe all states, some higher, some lower, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So you're looking at another 50, 60, $70 in some place. You're looking at almost $900.
Yep. Plus, if you want to put a warranty on it or whatever, some people do, there's more money to put on it. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Listen, like, you think to a point that these systems are going to be like $1,000, right? I mean, like, it's bound to happen after this, right?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you got to look at it a couple different ways, right? Where do I think a console will be $1,000 at some point? What I consider a regular kind of console? No. A boutique style console such as this? Yeah, it could be. I mean, we're getting there. I mean, the crazy thing though is if you go back in time and if you know your video game console history, there have been consoles before. As a matter of fact, the which one? It was the was it the CDI? Might have been the CDI. I can't remember. That was $1,000 console, and that's 30 years ago or whatever it was, 20 years ago.
But if I'm not mistaken, but the CDI did other things too, no?
But again, like a lot of these consoles, like the Sega Saturn, was $400.
Yeah,
in 1996 or whatever. So adjusted for inflation, some of those consoles back then, I mean, comparatively speaking. So, I mean, the PlayStation 3, and we'll get into this in a minute, that was $600 out the gate, or at least a version of it was. I can't remember if it was the 80 gig one that was 600 or I think there might have been ones above it. I can't remember. I think there was 3 different hard drives. I honestly can't remember. But yeah, man, fucking
Neo Geo is way expensive. Yes. Now the games alone are expensive. Neo Geos. But yeah, sorry, Control. You were saying.
So to answer your question, can I see $1,000 console? Yeah, in some way. Yeah, I can. Do I think it'll be a launch console for anything? Yeah. No, not anytime soon.
But Josh, now that I just thought about it, you know what I mean? All right, so we estimate about the taxes about almost $900 or towards $900, right? For the console, for the disc drive and for the stand, right?
Mm.
Remember when the PlayStation 5 first came out, right?
Yeah.
PlayStation 5 first came out. Retail was what, $400?
$499.
$499, five. So it was 500.
Mm-hmm.
So it was 500, and it was limited. I think supplies, right? Because at some point it sold out, right?
Because of COVID, because of the chip.
And then the aftermarket, bro. How much was it? The aftermarket.
There you go, and that's a good point. I mean, you're talking $1,200 on the low end. I seen people paying $2,000 for a while.
And this is the regular PS5,
right? Now, a little bit different. We're kind of going all over the place, but that's fine. Well, let's see where this goes. But it's a little different because you're talking about a new generation console. So I can semi-understand why people, would go and pay that because, there was, even though the jump from a PlayStation 4 and an Xbox One to a PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S, the generation gap wasn't very big at all, as a matter of fact. And people were willing to pay that for a brand new generation. They're not going to do that for a mid-console or a mid-generation refresh. PS4 Pro was a lot different than the PS5 Pro. The PS4, what?
I said I got a PS4 Pro. PS4 Pro, I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I have two of them.
Yeah.
But you got to remember, with the PS4 Pro, a couple different things. The reason why that was so successful. One, PlayStation 4 and their lineup of games is extraordinary. I mean, absolutely like top notch, like barely many things come close to it for a console. The PlayStation 4 library is great. You had the PlayStation, the regular PlayStation or the PlayStation
1
Slim. No. PlayStation 4.
Okay.
Drop in price to, I believe, if I remember right, it was either $300 or $350. I think it was $350 or maybe it dropped to $299. And the PS4 Pro replaced the PS4 at $400, which is what people were already paying for the PS4. So in most people's minds, they were like, well, I'm just getting another PS4.
Yeah.
So there was that. Plus, you had a little bit of a leap. Well, first of all, I think if I remember right, it came with a gig hard drive instead of 500. I could be misremembering that. And it also came with another obviously the graphics, the GPU and the CPU were a little,
higher,
upgraded. Yeah. But it came with that mode where you could toggle between performance and fidelity mode, which on PS5s and Xbox Series X's is just kind of standard now, where you can toggle back. And back then, I say back then, but it was like, it
was back then.
It was back then.
Yeah.
It was kind of a big deal because a lot of games were still on consoles were still at 30 frames per second. So it was a big deal to go up to 60 frames per second or a higher visual fidelity with HDR and ray tracing. And so there was a bigger jump from the launch console to the mid-generation refresh. So it was easier for people to accept, and the price point was right. And on top of it, a lot of people with the original PS4, while there wasn't any problems like the Xbox 360 with the red ring of death and it crashing, it did have a fan issue where a lot of people's PS4s would sound like literally like a jet taking off.
Yeah.
And it'd heat up pretty fast. So the pros, solve that situation, or at least they did with most of them. Peanut claims that his Pro still does that, but whatever. But with the PS5, man, we're at a point with technology where these consoles are almost like phones now, where the jump from generation to generation is so minute, it almost doesn't even matter, or it's not even really noticeable anymore. Like every time Apple upgrades a phone or goes to a new generation phone, what's their marketing thing? Like every time it's, our GPU is 45% faster than our already incredibly really fast processor. Our camera, instead of it being, 12 million pixels, it's 13 million. But, it's like stuff that's like barely even distinguishable to human eyes. Now, is there an upgrade on the tech for the PS5 Pro? Yeah, of course there is. I mean, they claim that it can do true 8K gaming, but again, that's the other thing with the PS4 Pro. It went from 1080p to doing 4K gaming. except I can't remember if it was true 4K or up-res 4K. I think it was up-res and HDR. But with this, the PS5 Pro, it's going to 8K. You can do true 8K gaming, but the problem is there's no games for consoles that are made in 8K.
That's another thing. Yeah.
There were console games in 4K or patched up to 4K. There isn't. There's not. So to have 8K right now, what the hell's the point?
What's the point?
That's one thing. Now to have this, the only thing that I think is kind of cool or is cool is with the Pro, supposedly you won't have to switch off between, hey, what do you want? Do you want, instead of sacrificing performance for fidelity or fidelity for performance, you can have them both, which is pretty cool, because I think most people out there right now sacrifice fidelity for performance. Most people want to play at 60 frames per second. It's actually funny that how we've grown used to it, because I remember when everything used to be 30 frames per second, and then they pushed it up to 60 on games. A lot of people were getting nauseous because they couldn't
keep up.
Yeah. And now it's kind of the reverse, where people are so used to it now. Try going back to a game that's 30 frames per second. It's not easy. Some of them, I think Final Fantasy Rebirth is 30 frames per second, but try going back to like playing like a game like Dark Souls, or here's a perfect example. Go try to play Bloodborne, which you can only play at 30 frames per second, and tell me if it is even possible to try to play that game. I get nauseous every time I try to play it. It's crazy. But yeah, I just don't think that the jump is worth
it. It's worth the $700.
It's not that it's not worth it. It's just not noticeable enough for most people.
That's what I'm saying. From what I've seen from the demonstrations, right, of the PlayStation 5 Pro, whatever, with the fidelity you talking about, like they only emphasize and they only talk about certain things that looks like really different and really clear with the Pro, right? Like, the background is more clear compared to the regular PS5. And it's like, for me, it's like, really, is that really that important? Or, but I don't know. Honestly speaking, and I'm going ahead or whatever, what we're talking about. I feel like it's a waste of money. But
for who? For the general consumer?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's going to sell out.
I don't think it's going to sell out.
I think it is.
Unless they made so few of them. I don't think it's going to, because I don't know. You get a lot of people. You read. I go through a lot of comments on a lot of different places, and everybody says the same thing. And I'm in that boat, and I buy just about everything Sony does.
You're buying this one too.
Well, I'm not saying I am, and I'm not saying I'm not. But what I will say is this: I'm not rushing out to get it.
Okay.
I'll tell you that right now. I'm not pre-ordering it. And again, it's not because I don't have the money to do it, but it's just not like, look, if I just have $900 and I have nothing else better to do with it, yeah, I'll probably go do it at some point, but I'm not rushing. I'm just not rushing out to go get it. I don't, because I can play all my games just fine. Yeah, it'd be cool to have a performance mode and a fidelity mode on at the same time. And to have I think it's a 2 gigabyte hard drive. That'll be cool, because I've never put in either an external or upgraded my hard drive on my PlayStation. I haven't, and that's a pain in the butt. Not to do it, to just have what it comes with, which I think is it a gig? I can't even remember. Yeah, it's a gig.
I think it comes with a gig. Yeah. But
it's really not, because like 100 and whatever it's got the the operating system and a couple other things. But it'll be nice to have a 2 gigabyte hard drive. But but the main complaint from everybody is and this is really funny, is the price is high, but if you go and look at what people's complaint is, it always starts with no disk drive and it's $700, which says, even though the report is from like every outlet that you'll see, that digital gaming is about to push physical media out, and I do believe that is about to be true at some point, but why is everybody still complaining about the disc drive then? You know, maybe not everybody buys their stuff physically anymore, but everybody still has stuff that's physical.
You know what it is? Is just the fact that I feel like some people think it'll be somehow with an update backwards compatible, and you can play.
That's what I mean.
Games.
Everyone has discs
Yeah.
of some sort, even if they are currently only playing digital. They want to be able to go back and play.
Yeah.
You know, their older stuff. But yeah, I'm not rushing out to get it. But you know, I mean, the bigger question is why are they doing this? And that's the real answer that I want from them, which we'll never get, because this is eerily reminiscent, Sony now, of the end of the PS2 era into the PS3 era, where they got real cocky and thought they were untouchable because nobody was competing with them. And let me just be clear for anyone that doesn't know or thinks otherwise. Sony's only competition is Microsoft. Nintendo is not their competition at all. They don't operate in the same space. They just don't, for multiple reasons. And that's not to say that Nintendo consoles haven't in the past been the top selling console. They absolutely have. And right now, the Switch is the top selling console. But that also is because the Switch has been out for 10 years as compared to the PS5 and the Xbox.
4 or 5?
Yeah, 4 years.
4 years? 4 years.
But they operate in completely different spaces. Usually speaking, somebody owns a PlayStation and a Switch, or an Xbox and a Switch, or all three. But obviously, Nintendo, they're not known for their hardware in terms of it being a powerhouse of a hardware. It can't play a lot of modern games, but they do make a lot of games that are proprietary only to them. So Sony has no competition. And Sony, as some people would like to argue and think that Xbox is and has been their competition, Xbox has not been their competition since about the late PS3, Xbox 360 era.
I was about to bring that up. I was about to bring the PS3. PS3, it seems a little bit reminiscent, because I hear a lot of people talk about comparing it now with this system. The Pro is coming out. It's reminding people of like the PS3, how like, you know, and it might be that, but I feel like they won't. I mean, Sony's gonna always bounce back. You know what I mean? They'll bounce back.
Who?
Sony.
Oh, Sony. Well, see, this is what I'm worried about, though, right? Where Sony at the end of PS2 got cocky. They had no competition. They came out with PS3 at a price that they got booed off the E3 stage.
Yeah,
in 2005 or 6. Booed. I can see it clearly when Kaz Hirai announced that freaking price, and blah, blah, blah. And then that's when Xbox 360 came in and took over for a good 3 years. And they were even with the red ring of death. And that was a serious problem for a lot of people, where it bricked their consoles and people would have to send them back to Microsoft. I don't know if that ever happened to you.
No, I never sent it back. I had like 2 of them that had the red ring of death, but you know, eventually they came up with newer models,
Right.
You know, the 360s, and they got it right. They got it right eventually.
And Xbox absolutely dominated until like, I'm going to say 2000, from about 2006, 7 to about 2009, 10. They absolutely dominated Sony, and Sony had to get humbled and make their way back. And by the end and they did big time. By the end of that generation, the PS3, Xbox 360 generation, they were actually ahead in terms of console sales. PlayStation has always had a stronger first-party lineup. They just develop games better than Microsoft. And that's not even arguable. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. Bar none. And then on the next generation, and this is something, if you guys, I was a big E3 watcher. I would always take off every week in June during E3. That's why I'm kind of sad that it no longer exists, because there used to be something special. When Xbox One was coming out and the PS4 was coming out, and they are doing the announcements at the same E3 conference. They had already shown the consoles, but they were announcing price points and things like that. And they came out and they said that the Xbox always had to be online, and the Xbox was $4.99 at launch, and
What?
they had no games, and they kept promoting it as the, that's why they called it the Xbox One, the all-in-one box. This is where you get all your media, all your entertainment, and they got booed badly. And then Sony literally came on stage the next day and literally threw a haymaker that they've never recovered. Xbox has never recovered from ever. To this day, they came out at $100 lower. You didn't need to be online. They made that commercial of how to share a game with a friend with Adam Boyes and what's his name, where they're like, this is how you share a game with a friend. And they took a game and he gave it to Shuhei Yoshida and just destroyed Microsoft. And the fact that Microsoft has never recovered to this day is why we're here with a $700 console mid-generation, because they think they're getting cocky again. They have no competition. And you can clearly see that because Xbox keeps either closing studios, buying freaking other studios because they can't make their own games at outrageous prices, who are then failing. As a matter of fact, they just laid off announced today that they're laying off another 3% of their.
Was it a 1,200? I think it was 12.
No, I think it was. Or something like that. And then there was another, and they just had another layoff not too long ago. I think between the two, I think it's like 2,500 between the two layoffs.
I mean, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What are you saying?
No, I was gonna say, because you're absolutely right when it comes to obviously the Microsoft and versus Sony or whatever. Not to say that because Microsoft, the Xbox, I should say, the Xbox Series X I have, and it's a dope ass system. It's
with no games.
It's regardless of what it is, what you can do with it, and whatever. And I have games. I play games. I play Call of Duty. It's not first party, games for only exclusively for Xbox or whatever. But the things you could do, I can like have multiple games on the background. Like if I wanted to play, like if I'm have like a Call of Duty or I have Gears of War and I have Halo or whatever, or start it up, I can have that paused and I can go to the next game and come back and leave where I left off on Gears, and I could shit like that PlayStation don't do. You know what I mean?
but here's
I'm just hold on.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, obviously, yes, when it comes to the numbers, Sony is fucking trumps all, right? Trumps all. But what I'm saying is, it's not a bad system. The Xbox Series X,
it's not bad tech.
It's just bad management or whatever it is with that company or whatever.
It's bad management. It is 100% bad management. They don't know how to develop internally both games and talent, and they think they can purchase it by overpaying for bigger studios who are also failing and are also probably past their prime. Like most of these studios, I know we're going off on a tangent now. Most of these studios do not last forever. It's very rare that the good studios continue to be good studios. Why? For many different reasons. Funding. Usually there's some sort of change at the top where they get bought out and the people who founded the company leave. Obviously, there's turnover in the staff. Mm-hmm. Right now, especially, you have DEI and other woke nonsense that is just rife through the video game industry, specifically video game journalism. It's bad right now. So there's not many companies that are able to sustain being good, and Microsoft is impossible of being in charge of a group of studios, cultivating that talent and continuing to get them to produce things. And it's evident because you've seen what they've done lately, where now they're taking their own first-party titles and putting them on PlayStation, where they are selling better on PlayStation than on Xbox. So I don't think we're but one more console away from it being the last Xbox. I really do, because they can't make games. Yeah, they can make a good piece of tech. That's great. But you know what? Sony can make a great tech too. I can name you a bunch of things that they've made, but they didn't support it with games and they failed. The Vita. being one. Great piece of tech. They didn't support it with games.
They didn't support the games.
PSVR and VR2. You could argue if the PSVR was a great piece of tech, but supposedly this 2 is, again, failures because they don't support it with games. What the console can do and how good it runs and all this other shit is just that's secondary. If you don't have the games, people don't buy it. And if you don't have first party games, there's certainly no reason to buy it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, okay, what is the reason to buy Call of Duty, to buy an Xbox right now? For what?
Right now.
Yeah.
Right now, I don't know. I don't see what it is. I mean, honestly speaking, for me, all right, the smallest things, comfort. I enjoy the Xbox controller more than I do PlayStation controller. Small things like that, you know. It's just, I don't know. I have both. Obviously, I like PlayStation 5. I like Xbox. You know, I just hate that, you know, that such a good console is just not, you know, shining. You know what I mean? And you know what's crazy? And I'm not gonna be talking about Xbox, and I'm not talking about PlayStation right now. I'm talking about Nintendo. Nintendo don't even have the hardware that Xbox does, and that shit is fucking doing amazing. You know
yeah,
I mean?
Because it's not always about the hardware.
And honestly speaking, Nintendo has the best. What is the flagship games that they have? You know what I mean? You have Mario. You have all that. You know, the exclusivities. You know, you're not gonna get that. You know,
because they know how to keep talent. They know how to cultivate talent. And
exactly.
I'm seeing this comment in the chat here. I am paying attention. Yeah, Bungie is falling apart, and Concord Studio, which is Firewalk, is a failure. And the reason why they're a failure because Sony has tried to do something that they don't do, which Sony needs to continue to stick to making first party single player games because that's what they're good at. But because there's new leadership at Sony and has been for a minute, and obviously it's all about money, they're gonna try to make games of service, that can just last in perpetuity. Your Fortnites, your Call of Duties, and that kind of stuff. And they can't, and they should know that they can't. But that being said, they're far ahead of Microsoft in terms of their studios. Now, they're not ahead of them in terms of money. I mean, obviously, Microsoft has stupid money compared to Sony. Not even close. But Sony has talent. Sony's games, just about every Sony game from their true first-party studios that have been around. And Bungie, even though, they're bought by Sony, they're not a true first-party studio. Firewalk was, but yet they just acquired them. I'm talking about their studios that most people know about. Just about every single one of their games is a hit. Which Microsoft game is a hit? I'm not even talking critically or commercially.
Well, Bungie Studios, to me, is just, honestly speaking, the only hot thing that came out of, to me, Bungie was Halo. And after that, they sold it, right? It wasn't Bungie no more. What was it, 409 Studios or something?
No. It's still Bungie. No, Bungie was owned by Microsoft. Bungie was a first-party studio.
Yes.
That then left. Yes. They're still Bungie. You're talking about the people that make Halo.
That's what I'm talking about.
Is what, 409 or whatever they are? That's a completely different studio. Yeah. That's not Bungie.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you said it's not Bungie anymore.
No, I'm saying that Bungie they don't make Halo anymore. That's what
they don't make Halo anymore. But they make Destiny. Now, I'm not a big Destiny fan.
I'm not.
I've played them both. I beat 2. I never beat 1. I didn't like it. It's not really for me, but you can't deny that it's successful. I don't really get it, but it is successful, or at least successful enough. I mean, I think they just dropped their latest DLC, and people who love Destiny love Destiny.
Yeah,
I don't get it, but
I don't get it either.
But the point is Microsoft, even their bought-in first-party studios, they can't make hits, critically or commercially. I mean, if you want to run through them real quick, I can. But you can name off the top of your head real quick.
You get listen, when the the two flagship games that come to mind, and they were the early games. Halo 1 to 3. That shit was that was amazing. Those were, like I said, Bungie. You know what I mean? Gears of War 1 through 3, and then after that, that we forget about that because those were awesome. You know what I mean? And then it just trickled down after that. After the trilogy is of those two games, the game started sucking. I guess is it because they sold it from different studios to different studios? I think so. You know what I mean? And then that's where it went down. Those Josh is right when it comes to that. I feel like Microsoft can't hold down their exclusives.
Well, they can't. And the thing is, they refuse. Or I don't say refuse, but it appears that they refuse to move on. And yes, I understand that they have to make money, but the thing that Sony Studios also do is oh man, we can get into that in a minute. You want to talk about another disappointment, and I'm a huge Assassin's Creed fan, but Blizzard is not one of the best anymore. It is not. Just like Bethesda is not one of the best anymore. I'm looking at the comments.
Yeah, I'm going through them.
Diablo 4. I have Diablo 4. I was thinking about playing it because I just finished the DLC for Elden Ring, and everybody like hates. I'm not really sure why, but like I don't want to say everybody, but a lot of people do not like that game at all. It's not what they were expecting. I don't know what it exactly has to do with, so I don't want to speak real out of term. Bethesda, what's the last good game they put out? Starfield. Everyone was hyped for it. It was I don't want to say it was a failure. It wasn't a failure, but it wasn't even close to what people thought it was going to be, commercially or critically. Fallout 76, the same thing. Even Fallout 4 was not as popular as Fallout 3.
Even though the game kind of hyped up certain games, especially in New Vegas or Fallout. Is it New Vegas or whatever the hell it is?
What great game.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yep.
Not anymore. Agreed. I'm sorry.
That's a good point. He brings up a good point right there. Games are taking, I would say, even more than that. I would say at least 5-6 years to develop. And see, that kind of goes to your point earlier about Concord, which is they were developing that game for 8 years. They were developing that game before Sony even purchased that studio. You're already behind the trend if your game comes out 8 years later, especially when it comes to some sort of
But what was the reason they canceled that game? Like they shut it down?
One, lack of sales. Nobody really bought it. Nobody liked it. It was uninteresting. I don't know. Didn't read the whole story.
Price on that shit is expensive though now.
Yeah, that was just about to say. I was telling that to Peanut. Like, if you're like a PS5 collector, go get that game because that's going to be a rare one. I think I read somewhere only like maybe 25,000 physical copies sold, but to pull it after 2 weeks, that's weird. That's really
you picked up
weird.
A copy?
No, I didn't.
Was that even in your radar before that? Anything other news? Was it in your radar?
In what I had no intention to ever buy it.
That's what I'm saying. Okay.
Because one, I don't play games like that. I just don't. Those games don't interest me. That's number one. Number two, when I saw the trailer for it, I'm like, this is whatever. Like, it's uninteresting to me. So no. But where it did get on my radar, I thought about it like 2 or 3 days ago. I'm like, wait a minute. If they pulled this off the shelves, I bet this game is probably going to be worth something. And then sure enough, I went looking and so I missed the boat on that. So, but I did go looking in a couple stores just to see if maybe they didn't pull any, but they did.
Yeah, Casey, we just talked about that. Yeah, comparison to the PS3. That's what I'm saying. Like, I hear that a lot. They compare it. Hey, but you know what? No matter what, PS5 is still gonna be dope. You know what I mean?
It was a letdown, but it was not an Xbox One moment. It's not anything close to the Xbox One moment. That was a disaster that they have not recovered from. To this day, have not recovered from.
I'm looking forward to seeing some Rockstar or how Rockstar does with GTA 6.
And that's another good point. That's kind of going off of what I was saying before. That's one of the very few studios that has managed to maintain its credibility, its talent through
So good.
25 years.
Yeah, a lot of good games
At this point. Very hard to do. There's very few studios that have been able to do it. I mean, look at some of the good studios that have been good studios for long times that are now either out of business, about to be out of business. Nobody cares about them anymore. I mean, look at BioWare. BioWare was huge for Mass Effect, Dragon Age. You want to go back into like, the old Baldur's Gates games before they were like really BioWare. Star Wars, the Old Republic, things of that nature. They had a few commercial failures, and now nobody trusts them. The new Dragon Age game about to come out doesn't look that appealing to me. I don't know how you all are feeling about it. The new Mass Effect game, God knows when they'll get that out, but if it was anything like Mass Effect Andromeda, no. Bethesda, they're on their way there. Elden Ring. Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be arguably, like, I don't want to say their last shot, but like they need to do something because they're on the decline. Look at Ubisoft. They're a publisher, but they do have their own internal studios. And obviously Bethesda is a publisher as well. But, so many of these studios can't maintain for, their talent leaves for one reason or another. There's only a couple studios like Rockstar that have and not been around as long as Rockstar, but that have managed to either somewhat maintain or have been around for a while and are still on the rise. Naughty Dog. That's one. Even though I don't really agree with some of their politics. But I love all their games.
Games are good.
They're a great studio. Now, they did just have something happen with the Last of Us multiplayer game. Again, them trying to do something that they're not good at. And I'm kind of glad that failed.
But you know something? They're not going to hit all home runs. You know what I'm saying?
No, they're not going to hit all home runs, but that game was in development for a long time, and they canceled it after a long time in development. It's a waste of resources because they tried to do something that they don't do. The first Last of Us game multiplayer was great, phenomenal, but it wasn't meant to stand on its own as its own service. Sony has to get away from that. Stop trying to think that you can do that. I mean, that's like winning the lottery. Like having a Fortnite or a Call of Duty is so hard to do. I mean, Destiny's very popular, but Destiny doesn't even come close to Call of Duty or Fortnite or Minecraft. Yeah, I mean, Minecraft's obviously a little different, but you understand what I'm saying? A game that people will just constantly play, it never gets old to them.
Yeah.
Games of service, live service games. I don't even know where we're going with that. We're off on so many tangents.
It's all right. I'm just going through the chat right here real quick. My man Tino asked you. He said, "What's your opinion on Black Myth Wukong? Have you played it?"
Yeah, great question. So no, I haven't played it yet. So I don't know if you were here when I just said it. I just finished the Elden Ring DLC, Shadow of the Erd Tree, and it took me a couple days to figure out what I was going to play because I have a pretty sizable backlog at this point. And that was going to be one of the games. But as far as I know, there's no physical version of it yet. So I'm kind of waiting and hoping that there will be one. Plus, I know it's not, they say it's not a Souls-like game, but it is kind of close. And I kind of wanted to play something a little different. But I am really excited about playing that. I mean, obviously, it's sold a lot, like 10 million plus, and it looks phenomenal. Have you played it? I mean, everyone that loves it.
I have not played it. Well, maybe Tino has. Let us know what you think.
But again, single player games are always the way. I'm sorry. It's very hard to hit a multiplayer game that people continuously care about. Very hard.
I mean, besides Call of Duty, Fortnite, shit like that.
Yeah, you can name two that are consistent.
Yeah. Player counts couldn't sustain a multiplayer focused game. Yeah. Basically talk about
not one that's. It has to be out of this world good that just resonates with people on another level, and there's very few that do that. Very, very, very few.
I got you, the bigs. I'm gonna get to your question in a few. Let me just go through this. Want to have a good laugh? Go look at the PS5 Pro reveal video and look at the comments. I have not looked at the comments. That's a good one. That's a good. I'll probably go back after this and check it out, whatever, man. But I could imagine what they're saying about it, man.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No,
But the thing is yeah, I'm sure they are funny, and like I said, all the non-funny ones are probably no disc and $700. But the fact of the matter is, as much as everyone likes to think I'm a PlayStation fanboy, we need Xbox to compete because competition is good for multiple reasons.
That was going to be my next question to you, Josh.
We need Xbox to compete, and I just don't. It's not happening, and I think it's over. I think they're one console away from being out of the console game. So
all right,
some Xboxes and keep them sealed.
I feel like Xbox could still stick around if they keep failing. Obviously, yes, they're gonna go.
But why would they? Why would they stick around if?
Like you said, they got buttloads of money, so they don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. No. But there's a difference between having a boatload of money and not caring when you're losing money. And the fact of the matter is, they just purchased Bethesda and Activision Blizzard for a shit ton of money. Yeah, they've got even crazier money than that. But that doesn't mean that they're okay with taking, substantial losses either. And when you have your games that are playable on PC day one or
Game Pass,
Game Pass is ruining them. Has ruined them.
Yeah, but I'm saying those games that you talking about that you're playing on PC, you can only play them on Game Pass.
Right, and Game Pass is another thing that has ruined them. Now I know people who have it are going to say, "What are you talking about? It's great. I can play, brand new games for what is it now a month?
I forgot, $18
a month. How in the heck, especially your first party studios, how in the heck are you getting the money out of that you need to support making these games? I mean, on average, a AAA game costs like $150 million to make on average, some lower, some obviously higher. How the heck are you getting the money that you need to support these teams with something that somebody's only paying $18 a month for? And they can get multiple. You can't. That is an unsustainable model.
Game Pass is pretty cool, man. They got the older, you have the older games and stuff that you can.
No. You're missing my point. It is cool. It's cool to the consumer. It's awesome. It's an unsustainable business model for them.
Okay. I'm just saying. I'm speaking for me.
Yeah, it is cool because you don't have to pay full price for games, but eventually they can't support that.
And you know what's crazy? Is that the way of the future? Like streaming games, like Netflix.
I hope to God not.
Is it going to be like Netflix? Is it going to be, is
remember,
Microsoft be the new Netflix? You know what I mean? Who knows?
Well, here's the thing: is Sony tried doing that a little bit with PS Now when they bought Gaikai, which for $470 million or whatever the hell it was. Another stupid move by them, thinking that streaming was going to be the future. Well, it might be with movies, but it doesn't really work that well with games unless you have an incredibly stable internet connection. And even the most stable internet connections can drop and be fidgety. Just not. I'm not saying it won't ever get there, but I would never do it if I had a choice to play it actually on my console over streaming. No.
Yeah.
But I can guarantee you this. That's where Xbox, and I'm sure that's probably where Sony wants to go too, where you don't even need a console anymore. Your TV can just run it. You just get a controller. Hey, we don't have to make consoles because, little known fact, these companies, they usually either lose or break even on consoles. That's not where they make the money. They make the money on the games and the accessories. It's not the consoles. So they don't want to make consoles if they don't have to. Certainly not Microsoft. So are we headed there? Yeah, I think Xbox or Microsoft has wanted to head there for the past 2 generations.
Yeah. My man Ed, he says I have a PS5, but I play Xbox more than PS5. Let me know what are you playing on your Xbox? You know,
That's a, I don't mean to skip ahead, but that's a great point by Wilbur. Streaming, Google failed with Stadia, and they're Google.
yeah.
Apple has also tried, and they didn't, and they have not gotten even as far as them. Failed.
Let me see. My man says, Big says, what have I been playing? What have I been playing? Obviously, all night, Call of Duty, every night. But I've been playing, I've been trying to beat Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 I've been trying to do that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You still hadn't played it, huh?
No, I played it. I'm kind of like almost halfway through.
No, I mean, this is your first time playing it.
Yes, this is my first time playing it. Pretty dope. Pretty fucking dope.
I am playing The Last of Us 2 remastered right now.
Nah. I'm thinking about going back to that.
Yeah, I never I obviously I platinumed The Last of Us 2, but it was one of the games in my backlog when they did the remaster. It's just it's been sitting there for a while. I was gonna play that. I was either gonna play that, Diablo 4, Black Myth Wukong, or Prince of Persia, the 2D side scroller. What's it called? I can't remember. Prince of Persia. Somebody help me with it.
Well, I'm sorry. What you was I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at the comments.
The Lost Crown, I think it's called. Yeah, The Lost Crown. Yeah.
What he says, Jijin is like a studio that's still around, but no one remembers. No, I don't.
Look who's in the fucking comments.
Yeah, I see Peanut, man. I'm getting there. The price of PS Pro and no games is like your friends in the early 90s trying to charge to smell their fingers. Okay, all right. I guess that's what you do, no doubt.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, I do. I explain it later, bro. All right, what's up, Peanut? What's good, bro? What do you say? Yakilagan? Yakilagan?
Yakilagan?
Yakilagan? I don't know what you're trying to say, bro. All right. So my Game Pass on my TV right now. But I only console and just use my Bluetooth controller, whether it's a PS5 controller or Xbox. I know you prefer the PS5 controller. I like that. It's just, to me, the Xbox controller is just so, especially the Elite controller. The Elite controller is just so awesome, bro. All right. Xbox and Samsung have the ability. New Samsung TVs have Xbox built in.
Oh, I got.
Yes, they do.
Wait, I get what Archimist is saying. I thought it said something different when you read it. I get what he's saying.
Yeah, I just stopped reading it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I saw that you could stream some, I guess, games or some shit on my TV, my Samsung TV. Whatever. I can log into my Game Pass right on my TV without a console. That's what you said.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like what Wilbur is saying too. Yes. Yeah, my TV is a Samsung. All right. If systems If systems start gooding digital stores, I'm sorry, guys. I apologize, man.
I think all you guys need to go back and get some grammar lessons and some spelling. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I would love to answer your question because I'm pretty sure you have some dope questions. If systems start, digital stores will close, and what will be the reason to hit the streets? Because the massive crowds and lights, NES are what drives the best companies in gaming. I don't really understand that.
I think what he's saying, I could be wrong. He's saying if systems start going digital, stores will close. But that's already, GameStop is already on its way out, right?
Yeah, they mind you, they're going back to the retro stuff now, right?
Yeah, they don't know what the hell they're doing though. They change every minute. Now they're selling PSA graded Magic cards and Pokemon cards and shit. Like they've shot themselves in the foot, and that's really sad because I used to love GameStop, and he's right. It used to be so much fun going to midnight releases. Yeah. It used to be so much fun. And now
that's how I got my PSP. I went to my PS. That was the only midnight release I went to my PSP.
Really? Oh man, I went to so many. The PS4 midnight release was a great one. I'll tell you a little story about that in a second. One of the best ones that I ever went to though for a midnight launch was for Batman Arkham City. That was a great midnight launch. I will never forget that until the day I die. And they tried to replicate it with Arkham Knight, but it didn't get anywhere close.
Yeah.
Or no, I'm sorry. Arkham Origins. So real quick, the PS4 launch, there were so many people there that I knew. There was like 4 or 5 people that I worked with at the PS4 launch at the GameStop that we all took off from work and waited there all day. I was number 2 in line, and then my buddy was 3, 4, 5. The guy in front of me, and it was what, November when that launched, I believe, October or November, 2013.
Yeah,
he was in shorts, and it was really cold. He was really annoying, and he had this catchphrase that I'll never forget, where he, like, you know, the guy that always tries to jump into a conversation and he can't catch like the drift that you're not welcome. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, this is our crew, we know each other, like, and some people can blend in very easily and get along, and you want to talk to them, and then there's some people that are just so like no, like kind of but after everything that somebody would say, instead of saying like, oh, that's so cool or that's so awesome, he would go, oh, that's so AIDS. Wow. I remember the first time he said it, we were all like, what?
Like, did he really say that?
And he must have said it, dude. Like I said, we were there all fucking day until midnight.
Wow. Damn. Super annoying.
That's so AIDS.
All right, my man. Who's even playing COD anymore? I play COD, bro. I know you playing COD too, so shut the hell up. Shut the hell up, Peanut.
Call of Duty.
It's the same as my Xbox Series S. Yeah, basically, you know, that's yeah. It's just all depends on how strong your connection is. I mean, if you think about it, you know, like the Xbox Series S and the X, kind of like the PS5 and the PS5 Pro, right? Because I don't know. I'm just talking shit. Meow Meow's here, no doubt. What's up, Meow Meow? What's going on? Is the voice text? Yes, Arsenio. Yeah, I don't know what was that, bro. That shit had me going. Damn, haven't been on a midnight release. Yeah, I haven't been on a midnight release since, like I said, my PSP. And the one I go to, the one I went to GameStop. It was on 34th Street. If you're from New York, you know what I'm talking about. The GameStop on 34th Street, across the street from the Manhattan Mall. Yeah, it's not there anymore. That GameStop.
Yeah, see, I would love to have gone to one, especially a console launch in like New York City. That must be awesome.
Oh, it was so dope.
Scary at the same point. I don't know if you can get jacked pretty easy, but the one thing, I mean, this is obviously a comic channel too, and like obviously comic nerds and
yeah, we can do comics. What's up? Yeah.
No. Oh. What I'm talking about is like, you think comic nerds are like weird and can like have bad hygiene? Yo, the worst by far is video game like nerds. Dude, every midnight launch just about, oh my god, it would just reek in like every GameStop. Oh my god, it would just be, and just some of the weirdest, strangest people. Yeah. But on the flip side, also some of the coolest people that I've met. I don't mean the smelly ones. I mean, there's others, some normal ones there that, you know, could be fun.
My man Biggs, man, that was a good midnight release there. You got 2 good games there, man. Last one he went to was for Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Good one. Buying a digital copy is super convenient, but it sucks that you can never recoup any of your money by selling off your old discs or trade them in. Yeah,
you shouldn't want to.
Man, you gotta hold on to them, man.
Yeah, I've literally never have sold
any games.
No, I mean, other than like, unless you want to count like a lot of my childhood stuff.
And I regret,
you know, my mom or one of my stupid brothers like either did sell it or gave it away, but that wasn't me doing it. Yeah. I've never. I've done
it. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for the PlayStation 2, Silent Hill 2, and those games is not cheap games. They're $100 and above games. You know what I mean?
It's not worth it to do it.
Now, obviously, yeah. I see that now. I was a kid, you know, when I did that. Yes, I read that. Let me see. Hopefully, I can read this, Arsenio. The movie night releases were like a stock market in the morning, and at the end of the day or week, built in momentum for either the game system or game franchise itself. Okay. Meow Meow's in the building saying what's up to everybody. Manny laughing over there. Josh and Joker, are you excited about the new Batman game coming out soon? Arkham Shadows. It looked okay. I saw some of
It's a
that.
VR game.
Yeah, it looked okay. It looked okay.
I'm not gonna get it. I
Yeah,
can't play VR.
me neither. I've never tried it, so I can't say I never. Like I'll never play it.
Yeah, it's not. I think that's just a fad. It's just that's a really niche thing. It's just wearing something on your face. That shit's heavy, and people can get nauseous in it, and you bump into shit. It's just
Yo, now that shit, we got more people. I got more questions. Are you used what are you used to work? You used to work at GameStop back in the day, seasonal. The last midnight release I went to was Call of Duty Black Ops. That was a good one. That was a good one. My man Clem Keller Melendez. PlayStation and Xbox is like CGC and CBCS. Who do you want more? LOL. Pepsi
no. I see your point, but I don't see them. I feel like PlayStation and Xbox need each other. I mean, obviously, I like PlayStation better, but I think PlayStation needs Xbox around to keep them in check.
I remember when they first announced the first original Xbox console. I remember The Rock and Bill Gates announced that shit, right? I think it was so dope, man. It was a fucking console too.
Am I wrong? Didn't they wasn't it under a black cloth, or am I misremembering that?
Yo, you're probably right. I don't really remember. I just remember that The Rock and Bill Gates announced it. I mean, obviously Bill Gates is Microsoft, right? Yeah. What I was gonna say. Now that the Pro came out and people have mixed feelings about it. I just bad taste with the price, bad taste about you got to buy some separate shit to play your games, your discs and stuff like that. Do you feel like is this? It could be. It don't have to be either Microsoft or whatever. It could be Nintendo. Is it one of these people? Time to step up and do something about it. What do you think the new Switch is gonna do? Or the new Nintendo console? I ain't gonna call it Switch because they probably call it some other shit.
They better not. If
I hope they call it the Super Switch.
They better call it. Yeah, they better call it the Super Switch. If they're smart, they would.
That'd be so fucking dope.
It's it's gonna be either the Switch name will be in it. It's either gonna be the Super Switch, the Switch Plus, the Switch Pro, the Switch something.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, man.
As long as they don't call it the Switch U. Or something or Switch Me or something.
That's an underrated ass console though, bro. The Wii U is underrated, bro. This is no.
Well, I don't think the Wii U is underrated. I think there's games on the Wii U that are underrated.
Yeah.
And
that library is very strong.
That library, yes. Yes, 100%.
Go ahead.
Yeah, didn't I just released one PlayStation. Do you guys fuck with Nintendo Switch? Yeah, absolutely. I don't play it that much, but I have two of them.
Last Nintendo Switch, I started playing. Seriously, what I started playing was the Mario 3, the 3 with 3 games in it. Is Mario Galaxy 1, 2, and I forgot what was the other game in that one. That's the game I started playing.
Mario Sunshine.
Yeah, Mario Sunshine. There you go. I started playing Mario Galaxy 1 because I never beat it. So I
never beat it either. Nor did I play Mario Galaxy 2. But Mario Sunshine is massively freaking underrated game.
Yeah, it is.
The other game that I was gonna start playing when I finished was gonna be Mario Wonder. I still haven't played Super Mario RPG Remake.
Me neither. I started playing, and I did last game that I bought for the Switch, and I played it. And I enjoyed it playing. It was the World Championship, the NES.
Oh yeah,
pretty dope.
Although you know what does come out next week is the new Zelda game.
That's gonna be dope. It comes out next week.
Yeah, I think it's the 16th. I think.
Fuck out of here. Oh man,
is it Sunday?
I have that. You pre-ordered it? I didn't pre-order it.
No, I didn't. But I'm gonna go get it.
I think that's gonna be a good one.
I hope it is.
I think it's gonna be a good one, bro. This is the first game that you play as Zelda.
20th. Yeah, correct. which I called that, by the way.
Yeah, I think it's worth picking up and holding on to, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy 2 copies.
You know,
Mhm.
this is another game too that's hot. You know, and I was been watching some of the channels or whatever. They've been talking about this game. I just played Space Marine 2 last night. It's not what I was expecting. The Warhammer game. What is it? Kid? The Warhammer was Space Marine 1 came out for the PS3. If
I
I'm
never
not
got
mistaken.
into Warhammer any sort of fashion. The video games or the actual model game shit or however you play that. Hang on, I'm just gonna get a drink.
Yeah. Yeah, the price on that PS3 game kind of went up. I think it's like $60 game, $70 game. If I'm not mistaken, you know. It has to do with this game, the second part coming out. That first Xbox got Go to controller. The controller's like this big, bro. Yo, but it's so dope, man. The Xbox One original was so dope, man. So ahead of its time, bro. If you mod it, oh, forget about it, bro. You don't need nothing, bro. You have all the games in that shit, you know? When you first play System Link Halo, it was no fucking feeling than playing System Link with your boys and Halo on your first original Xbox. That was so dope, bro. I have more memories with that than any console. Believe it or not. And to me, my favorite console was Super Nintendo.
Okay.
My man.
I don't know if I could.
What?
I don't know
What's
if
your
I
favorite?
could. Yeah, that's
But
like
that's just me saying nostalgia. That's more nostalgia, right? Because
no. I understand it. I mean, look, I've had them all too, or most of them. But it's like that's like I don't know, trying to pick your favorite song or something like that. I don't know. I can't.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do it.
My man, Steve, my man says, Mario Kart, Super Smash, and I've been playing a lot of indie games. That's what you. Which Mario Kart? Double Dash is the best Mario Kart though, for the GameCube. Super Smash. Which one for the Smash? I mean for the Switch. That one's a good one too. Let me see. Killer, my man, Clem, Killer Melendez. No more Game Inform magazines. No, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know, right? And you know what the crazy thing is? I mean, it's not that crazy, but I didn't even realize that my subscription had run out because they had parted from GameStop.
Yeah.
And then I considered buying a new subscription because I keep all my Game Informers. And they'll probably I wouldn't doubt that some of them you could probably get graded and might be worth money, certain ones, you know? Like GameStop used to be. That's another thing. Video game journalism isn't even close to what it used to be even 10 years ago. It's so polluted right now. I mean, what really isn't by politics these days, but it's so bad. Like, go read like so many people's like Kotaku, forget about it. Like that girl Alyssa Mercante, if any of you guys know, just go read about. I mean, you want to talk about just can't even do your job because you're on some sort of political rant. Like, I don't give a fuck what you think personally. How is this game?
Biggs just wanted to see that. I just had to show that. Yeah.
That's a Game Informer cover right there.
Oh, on the frame?
Yep.
Oh shit.
Yep. That was the 20th anniversary of PlayStation, which if you have the 20th anniversary PlayStation 4, that console's worth a good amount of money. But yeah, that was you could order that. I forget where. I think that whole thing was $200.
Wow.
Yep. It's pretty dope.
So the Switch, Manny says GameCube and N64 was his favorite system. 64, believe it or not, man, I wasn't really feeling some of the games on 64, man.
I have a lot of nostalgia for 64.
Yeah.
GameCube controller, arguably the greatest controller of all time.
That in the 360.
No.
Yes.
No.
Name your top favorite games, no order. Okay. Without repeat, each other. Joker and Josh. Mine's are Resident Evil 2, Contra, Mario Party, Halo, GoldenEye, Marvel's Capcom 2, and Rival Schools. I do not like Rival Schools at all. Most of those games are pretty dope. I'm gonna put since I can't repeat your shit. Yeah, Gears of War. I can throw Gears of War. That's mine. That's my favorite. I love the story from Gears of War 2. The story, the 3 when my man Dom dies. Oh my god, bro, so heartbreaking, man. Uh, yeah, that's what I can say, man. Because I kind of like Contra. I like all that stuff, man. Mario games. Mario 3, Mario 2. Actually, believe it or not, are my favorite of the three original NES games. Mario 2, because this is the first one I beat.
Mario 2 is your favorite?
Yes,
Wow, that's not something you hear every day.
because I know. It's because, like I said, it's the first Mario game that I beat, and it was pretty cool, man. Pretty good game. I like the fact that each character has a different thing you can do with, right? Because Mario is just the standard character. The Toad was fast when you run. Luigi he jumps high, and then the Princess Toadstool, like, she glides. It's each cat. That's what I just certain things I liked about it. Um, Mario Kart 64 was the best to me. Mario Kart 64, Mario Kart Double Dash is better than Mario 64. It's just the fact that you could tag in, with characters or whatever. That's the only reason why. Yo, since Giants and Packers DOA, we now watching Thursday Night Football. The Bills, I think the Bills are winning, right?
Bills in Miami.
Yeah, the Bills gotta be winning. But
I don't know.
Miami might be doing their thing this year. Do you think Shadow of War will be able to peak 60 frames per second? The new PS5 Pro, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
I think the real test is going to be GTA on the PS5 Pro. That GTA 6. Oof. Oh no, man.
Yeah, it should. I would hope it would.
And my man Biggs. My three favorite systems were Sega Genesis, Sega Dreamcast, and Sega Genesis. Really? Oh my god. Dreamcast. Oh, yo, so underrated, bro. That Dreamcast, I love it. Ahead of its time. And PS2. PS2 was good. PS2 was good. Let me see. PS2 was the first one that I can actually play my movies. I could put a movie in there and watch my movies. That shit. Yeah, so pretty dope. Mario Sunshine, Resident Evil 1, and Dino Crisis. Those are the top three. Resident Evil 1 was good, but Resident Evil 2 was better. Dino Crisis was amazing.
What the hell was that?
You don't remember Dino Crisis?
No.
Oh shit! People break it in, yo. Watch your ASM collection, bro.
Somebody just broke something. What was that guy talking about? Shadow of War. Was
I don't know.
About Lord of the Rings?
Do you think Shadow of War, Empty Man Gaming? I don't know what Shadow of War is. If you want to, I'll break it down for me and Josh. Maybe it might be something we'll look into. You know what I mean? Big says, boom. Big says, Sega Genesis because we got blood in Mortal Kombat. Yeah, but
What the hell is breaking bottles in the middle of the fucking street?
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm not digging that, man. Genesis was good. Don't get it twisted. It was good. It was just not one of my top favorite consoles. Miami 7, Buffalo 7. Miami's has possession. Okay.
How are people fucking assholes?
It's the Lord of the Rings gameplay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, when you say, do you think it'll peak at 60 frames? I mean, I don't know. I mean, that game is, what, 7 years old? Something like that?
It's called Middle Earth.
Shadow. I mean, I played it. I mean, that's what I thought he was talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. What about Astrobot? Astrobot. Listen, I feel like I haven't played much of the PS. Well, I have exclusive games, whether it's like Spider-Man, whatever. But I'm talking about like one of those non-serious games. You know what I mean? Like a Mario type game. You know what I'm saying, for the PlayStation. And I think this will be the first one.
It's like Mario 3D World.
They're comparing it to the Galaxies and stuff like that. Yeah. So I have good hopes about it, man. I've seen reviews about it. Everybody's loving the game.
Mm-hmm. Of
graphics,
course. You know why?
So dope.
Because it's a PlayStation first party studio.
Yeah, but I'm talking about. I mean, obviously we know that.
Wait a minute. Is it a first party studio?
I think it is. That character isn't that the mascot?
Well, the character's a first party, but I forget who made it. Hang on.
Yeah. While he's looking at that, yeah, the game looks amazing. I have it. I'm debating whether to buy it digitally so I can play it or open up my sealed copy, to play it. It's just I don't know what to do.
I too.
I could buy two. That and the controller. The controller you cannot find it nowhere. The cheapest I've seen it was like $110, $115.
Team Asabi. Yep. First party studio for Sony. Yep.
But yeah, I'm expecting good things from Astro. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it eventually. I don't know how, but I will play it. I'm gonna play it.
You know what it kind of reminds me of in a way? It's like it obviously different style, but it's like their new mascot. Remember, freaking Sackboy?
Sackboy. Oh yes,
Little Big Planet.
Little Big Planet. Yeah, I remember that.
It's like their new little mascot. You know, Sony's new little mascot.
PlayStation had a few mascots, right? They start off with Crash. Who else they jumped after?
I mean, like they've had there's been a bunch that have. I mean, do you want to consider like Nathan Drake has been their mascot? Kratos has been their mascot. I mean, like obviously Crash is like their main mascot. He was in all the commercials.
Yeah,
dude, that's the other thing. Remember the PS3 commercials?
The racing game.
What? Well,
the racing game.
Yeah, but those were. I think those were PS2 commercials. The guy in the Crash outfit. I think
there were PS2 commercials.
Yeah, the PS3 commercials with what's his name? The actor who would be like a different like vice president at Sony. His title would always change, and he'd be. I'm gonna bring up one of them because one of them is like the greatest commercial ever. Hang on. Kevin Sullivan, was that it?
The wrestler?
No, not Kevin Sullivan. Kevin. Oh my God, I can't remember.
Kevin McAllister?
Nope. It was the only It Only Does Everything commercials. That's what they were called. Remember, It Only Does Everything, and it would be like Dear. Oh, they were also they called the Dear PlayStation commercial. Dear PlayStation, and it would always be something. You don't remember these?
I would have to see it to remember. Yeah.
Right,
he said Kevin Bacon. Josh, have you been collecting MTG off topic? Yeah, he has.
Kevin Butler.
Kevin Sorbo.
Kevin Sorbo. Kevin Butler. The Kevin Butler. Okay.
Kevin Sorbo was the best one, Biggs. That was a good one. That was the best Kevin.
Hang on.
Oh, shit.
Here we go.
Oh, let me... Right. Yeah, play it. Fuck it. Put the volume up.
Oh, right. Shit. Hang on. I got to change my mic. Hang on.
All right, go ahead. That was a good one, Biggs.
Okay,
like and subscribe. Yo, Empty Man, appreciate that, brother.
Tell me if you can hear this. Oop. Sorry.
Dear please.
Yes.
You can hear it?
Yeah.
I've been playing Uncharted 2 Among Thieves, but my girlfriend won't stop watching because she thinks it's a movie.
This is pretty common, Jason. I mean, just look
I
at
see these commercials. Yeah.
Nathan Drake's epic gunfights, impossible escape scenes, and a plotline filled with betrayal. Give her an hour or so, she'll know it's a video game.
It's been 2 days.
Ready, honey?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to file this under not an issue.
PS13, PS3, now 2.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
There's like a whole bunch of those Kevin Butler commercials. Some of them are not that funny. Some of them are hilarious.
Nah. But yeah. What you got pre-ordered, man?
Not much. Dude, I backed out of that Star Wars Outlaws game, I'll tell you that.
How did that do?
Badly.
Really?
Yeah.
Some Concord shit, they should have pulled that shit.
Sounds like it.
Yo, shit, man.
Sounds like I was really hyped for that game too. When they announced it, I'm like, oh damn, this could be something. And
I mean, it's nothing like the what's that Star Wars game that came out a couple years ago? Oh, last year. Was it last year? It was last year. Yeah.
What, like Jedi Fallen Order.
The one with the kid, the redhead kid.
Yeah, Jedi Fallen Order, and then there was
Okay.
Jedi Survivor.
Sorry, guys. That's just my memory's not so good.
Survivor is the second one.
Yeah. Yeah. Pre-orders. Let me see. What I have Marvel's Capcom 2. That's the only game I have pre-ordered. Bought me 2 of those for the PS4. I don't know why they're coming out for the PS4 and Switch. I don't know why for the PS5 and not Xbox. I heard they're coming out next year for the Xbox. They're working on something.
That's such a. I hate when they do that. That's such a money grab. I mean, obviously these companies are in business to make money, but This isn't like, the console hasn't come out yet or it was right on the line. It's like, why? Like, it's been out for a minute.
Yeah.
Or
So yeah,
years, not a minute, but
that's what I have pre-ordered. My son wants to get the new Dragon Ball Z Sparkling Zero. It's dropping, I think, next month, if I'm not mistaken. So and I would like to get that fucking Zelda game that drops next week that Josh says. I'll get that. I do want to play the Brotherhood, Mario and Luigi's Brotherhood. A lot of Switch games, right? A lot of Switch games. Um, that I'm pointing out. I think there was another Switch game that comes out. Oh, Donkey Kong, the remake of Donkey Kong.
yeah.
For the Wii that comes out January, I think it is.
If it's like the original one for Game Boy, that Donkey Kong, which I think it is, I'll play that. I love that fucking game.
Yeah.
I mean, Assassin's Creed comes out in November. I mean, I'm going to play it under protest. I don't want to get it, but I've literally played and beaten every single Assassin's and platinum almost all of them too.
So it's kind of like you have to.
Like I have to, which I hate that feeling because Assassin's Creed isn't anything like Assassin's Creed anymore and hasn't been for years upon years.
Yeah.
Which makes me sad because it's one of my all-time favorite game series up until about Assassin's Creed 4.
But yeah, man, those are some of the games that I could just remember off the head. I just can't remember anything else.
The thing is, there's not a lot of games coming out.
Yeah.
Because it takes so long to make these games now. Also,
Yeah.
I think that the video game industry is in a little bit of a lull.
Yeah. I see that. And Black Ops come out I think next month, at the end of next month. I'm looking forward to that. I pre-ordered that one. That's another one I pre-ordered.
Here, I'll pull up the release schedule for the rest of the year.
And change your mic too.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. My man, let me read this one from my man, Empty Man Gaming. It's gonna be really hard to get the Pro because of scalpers. Oof.
No, it won't be. It won't be hard to get.
No, it'd be hard to get because it's gonna be expensive. That's why. Is your pockets go?
I don't think you're gonna have I don't think you're gonna have a problem getting it at all. I really don't.
Typo. It's a pre-order. It's gonna be hard to get the Pro because the scalpers, the disk drives have already sold out. Really?
Oh, really?
Wow. So that tells you on day one, it's literally going to be impossible.
No, you know what that tells me? That doesn't tell me the Pro. No, that doesn't tell me the Pros are going to be hard. That tells me that some people were smart and are like, people are going to need the disk drives to this. So I'm going to buy up a shit ton of them and then flip them.
Yep.
That's what that tells me.
So you spend $70. Okay, it's gonna cost you $130, $140 now. You have to get that fucking disk drive. That's what I'm saying. Dude. Just for the console alone, right now it's $700. Double that on the aftermarket, $1,000. Now you're paying how much for the fucking disk drive? How much for the stand if you want to stand?
Now it's not even gonna be $80. Now the disk drive is gonna be what?
200. Yeah. All right, what you showing us here, man?
No, I don't need to show it. I didn't mean to share. Sorry. I'm trying to find the remaining video game schedule.
Yo, it is bananas, man. It's bananas now that you're talking about aftermarket pricing when it comes to the PS5 Pro. Oh my god. Because you saw alone what happened to the regular PS5. PS5 sold out and people were spending a little bit over $1,000 just for the PS5.
But I could be wrong on this, but the disk drives, Sony's got to do something about that. Those should be pretty easy for them to get out there. It's not like they need to buy some,
they'll be more easy to make.
Manufacture some sort of chipset for it or anything like that. So I don't go buying, if anyone is in here, going to buy, the drive on the aftermarket for a jacked up. It's just not.
FOMO people and scalpers. They gonna pump that shit, yo. That we paying.
All right. We got 1st September. NBA 2K. Oh, we're already past that. God of War Ragnarok on PC. Where is Zelda? How old is this? Oh no, Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. I'm sorry, it's not next week. It's September 26th.
It's in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so I got time. I got time.
I mean, I
baby.
could read these all off, but some of these games, I mean,
Just
I know.
highlight the good ones. Highlight the good ones.
You got Until Dawn coming out on PC and PS5 on October 4th. If anyone played Until Dawn on PS4, I never did. Not really my kind of game, but great game, I've told. The Diablo 4 DLC, Vessel of Hatred, that comes out on everything on October 8th. Silent Hill 2 Remake.
I need that when it comes out.
October 8th.
Really?
That only comes out on PC and PS5. And that's the other thing. Sony gets all the good exclusives and holds them for a long time.
Out fast, bro.
Yeah, I know. Check on. I don't know when this was posted and how this is updated, so that might not be true. That might have been a projected date, and maybe it's changed because I haven't heard anything about that recently. Yeah. So this could be wrong.
We'll see, man. We'll see. In October,
Super Mario Party Jamboree on October 17th. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Unleashed.
I might cop that just off the default, the Mario Party.
Starship Troopers Extermination. I think Casper Van Dien is in that game. That's October 11th. Call of Duty Black Ops 6, October 25th.
Let's go.
Sonic Cross Shadow Generations, October 25th.
How good is Star Wars Outlaw?
Bad. Dragon Age, the new Dragon Age, October 31st. But again, I don't know if that's changed. When was this made and updated? Well, this is updated July 18th. So this could be off. So I'm just warning people. So if you guys hear anything that I say that's off, call it out in the comments. I think it says Dragon Age is coming out. Dragon Age the Veilguard, October 31st. Batman Arkham Shadow, this just says to be announced for October. Mario and Luigi Brothership. I don't even know what that is.
That's like one of those RPG games.
Is it new?
It's new, yeah.
I've never heard of it. I don't think
they announced it on the Switch. What the fuck? Direct? Nintendo Direct?
We're gonna play a video because I don't think I've ever seen it, which is surprising.
You probably won't like it, but
I might.
You might.
Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D remake, November 14th. Assassin's Creed Shadow, November 15th. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, November 19th. Yes. Marvel Rivals, December 6th. Oh, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Yes.
December 9th, which should be an Xbox exclusive, and it is for 3 months. Alien Rogue Incursion, December 19th. And then here's 2024 video games with no release date yet, which means they probably won't be coming out this year, most likely. City Skylines 2. Kingdom Hearts Missing Link. Nobody cares about that. That's a phone game. Lego Horizon Adventures. The Lego Horizon game.
Wasn't that exclusive for PlayStation?
PS5 and Switch and PC. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, Arcade Classics. That's just PC, PS4, and Switch, like you said. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater.
Oh, that comes out this year.
It's got a release date of this year, but it probably isn't.
Probably the beginning of next year.
It's to be announced. So, yeah, I don't think it's coming out.
Yeah, my son, I mean, you know what's crazy? I'm going to stop you right there. We're talking about Metal Gear right now. Metal Gear Solid 3 is coming out. My son says that's the best Metal Gear, Snake Eater. I was like, I haven't played.
I've never played it. I've never played 3.
I played 1, 2. 2 is my favorite one. So for him to say 3 is because he played them all with me.
A lot of people say 3 is the best. I've never played 3.
I got to go back and try.
Oh, The Wolf Among Us, too.
Wow. All right.
All
right.
That's
pretty it. That's pretty much it.
I want to see this Brothership.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Check it out. Since y'all never play the 1-on-1 basketball game, I guess y'all could play the WNBA 2K Clean Card version.
Yeah, get right on it.
Yeah, no doubt, man. You be the referee.
All right, here's the trailer.
Oh shit. I love Mario, man. Mario's shit.
Luigi!
Oh man, yeah.
I'm all about it.
You about it?
Hell yeah, dude! That looked like that's like 7 different kinds of games rolled into one. It
Yeah.
looked
Yeah, you can't go. Listen, man. I just love Mario games. You can't go wrong, man.
adventure, turn-based, puzzle game. Like,
Yeah.
I'm buying 2 copies of that.
I'm in the middle of. I'm almost. As a matter of fact, I'm towards the end of Mario Odyssey. I haven't been Mario Odyssey yet. It's a dope game. Very dope game. I could compare that to like the Galaxy 2 type shit. Because a lot of people say that that's the best one, right? Galaxy 2. So yeah, it's pretty damn good, you know. But yeah,
Aren't those games the original versions? Don't those go for some money?
I think they do. Oh no, they not really.
No,
Not really.
well, there's different versions of them. I'm talking about the original version.
The Wii ones.
Yeah, but there's like isn't there like a Wii Classics version though? Because I have one of them.
I've never checked the classic matters like in prices. I don't know, but I know they're like $20-$30 games. You know what I mean? Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is coming out next February. I'm excited for that. There you go, my man Magby. That's one to announce. There you go. Yeah, man. So many games coming out. So many games, so little time. Right? Because we gotta be adults and work. You know?
It sucks. Yeah. See, look, it's the Nintendo Selects.
It's kind of like the greatest hits.
Yeah, which I hate.
Yeah. Look at this shit. What was that? That's Mario Brothers. That's the Mario Brothers.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. I don't have that many Wii games.
No, I don't have that Zelda one. That's no, that's
Twilight
not
Princess.
that is Twilight Princess. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people like that one. Twilight
Skyward.
Princess.
Yeah, it's my favorite Zelda game. Or
didn't they come out with for the Wii U too?
Yes, the HD remake, but it came out on the GameCube as the same time as the
Wii U.
the Wii, because they came out very close together. I have the graded GameCube version right down there.
Ah, yes, GameCube and the Wii. Yes, okay.
And then Nintendo Land.
Nintendo Land, I heard is a good game.
Well, that came with the Wii U. Super Mario Brothers U.
Okay.
Super Mario 3D World.
Okay.
There's the Wind Waker HD remake.
See, the new Zelda games like that. It has that style.
There's under here is the Twilight Princess HD remake.
Ah, there you go. It was a remake, right?
or not a remake, the HD upgrade. I
Version.
shouldn't say remake, yeah. And then Bayonetta 2.
Bayonetta 2. My man, Clem Melendez says, hurry with the Wolverine game on the PS5. Yeah. That looked like a good one too, man. The Wolverine game.
At the CG, like, stinger.
But yeah, man.
But again, it's a Sony first party studio, so it should be good.
We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully,
It should be. It's made by Insomniac.
Yeah, hopefully they won't do like a Concord. Yeah.
No, the people who make Spider-Man are making that game. I highly doubt it.
Yeah. I just Spider-Man. Well, yeah. Spider-Man is such a dope game. Oh my god, Spider-Man 2 is the storyline is so fucking dope.
I just like how, and it kind of shortens the game a little bit. I like how they cut a lot of the bullshit out of that game. Because there was a bunch of like needless bullshit in the first Spider-Man game. Like all the like street crimes that were just like the same repetitive shit.
Oh, it's about like side stories, like the side missions and shit?
Not the side missions. I'm talking about the stuff that you had to do to get the platinum trophy. You had to like clear out the neighborhoods, and it's just the same shit, the same car chase over and over. They cut all that fucking bullshit out.
You plan them too?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm not. I just play it once. I'm not playing them. I'm not that type playing them type, but
you only need to play it once.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I thought I had to go back and play that shit in the hardest difficulty or some shit.
I don't think so. No, it's only once. I certainly didn't play it twice.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all I have to talk about, man, today. Do you have anything else?
No.
I guess we can wrap it up then, man. We can wrap it up. But yeah, this is good, man. I like this. We talked about games and shit.
Now it's time to go play some games.
Exactly. Might play some Call of Duty with the guys. I don't know if they're on now. Let me know, guys. I see on the chat. My man Empty. Empty Man Gaming says, I feel like the PS5 Pro is gonna be the PS6, and that they're testing out the price to see if people are gonna bite at it. I hope so. We should all not buy it, so the prices can come back down to reality.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I think, or I should say, I hope they know that this is not a console for everybody. And I hope they know that. Because, number one, by the time the PS6 comes out, what are we talking? 3 years? Another 3, 4, maybe 5 years? Certainly 3, at minimum 3. No. Probably 4 years until the PS6 comes out. The prices of technology, of this kind of technology, will dip big time. And they'll only do a substantial... I mean, there's not much... I don't want to say there's not much more you can do, because there always seems to be more. But now, like I said at the beginning of this, the changes between generations are so incrementally small, and the technology just keeps getting cheaper and less expensive. I just don't think that they would ever try to... The only way they would do that is if Xbox was out of the game. That's the only way they would start the base console at that price or higher. I can't see them doing it. Not to say that they would never, but I can't see it.
The way they started off announcing this PS5 Pro, for me, is doo-doo. That's all I gotta say. Pricing doo-doo. Shit does remarkable shit, I'm pretty sure. The upgrade and all that shit. If it came with the drive, awesome. If it was flat out $600, $650, give it $650, fuck it. With the drive, would have been dope.
I've seen a lot of people say that. I think I said that to you. If it was $600, $650 with the drive, I think it would be all day, not even a question. Most people would buy it.
Home run. Yeah, I agree. But I'm not too happy the way they announced that.
I even think if it was $700 and it had the drive, I think people would buy it.
Yeah. And dude, besides games are like $75 a pop. And that's another one too. That's facts. The prices on games going up.
But they
But
should though.
yeah, they have to. Yeah, I mean, you're supporting the game, right? Your studios or whatever.
I mean, think about it. Games have been $60 for so long, and there was games back in the day that cost more than that.
More than 70, 75?
Yeah.
I don't recall.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but yeah. I mean, games have only recently, and this is only some that have gone up to $70. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, games were at $60 forever.
Yeah.
But look at some. I mean, first of all, it costs way more to make a game. That's number one. Number two, everything goes up eventually. It's just the way the economy works. And number three, look how many of the. You mean to tell me a game like Grand Theft Auto 6 is a $70 game, a $60 game? Red Dead Redemption 2 is a $60, $70. Witcher 3 is a $60.
I don't mind. I don't mind paying the $70.
Those are $120 games easy.
You know what?
Pay that all day and be happy.
I don't mind paying $70 a game. What I mind is paying $70 for a game that you just HD'd it or remade it or whatever.
Yeah, well, there's different things, but but even that, costs money. I mean, there's obviously some games that are $20-$30.
I mean, see, perfect example of what they did and when they should keep it that way is like the Marvel vs. Capcom edition or whatever. $50 for all those games.
Yeah, Manny's right. That's what I was thinking about. There were N64 games that were $70.
Yeah. I don't that's not a problem.
There were some that were $80. I remember it.
$70, $80, you paying, but it is what it is, man. That's not gonna stop. But yeah, man. PS5 Pro.
This is the thing that people should be questioning when it comes to digital. And this is why one of the reasons I don't buy digital unless there's just no other way, and then we can go. One, you don't own it. You think you own it, but you don't. That's number one. So why would you do that? You're just renting it. It might be a long-term rental, but whatever. Number two, if you're buying it digitally with no disc, no box, why is it still the same price as if you buy it physically a lot of the time?
I feel like if you're gonna do it digitally, it should mail you your what is it though?
But you know the reason why they do that though, right?
What?
Why they don't? Because they would. Because they do want everybody off. They don't want to put out physical stuff. The reason why they don't sell it at a different price is because they can't. Not legally, they can't. They can. They can't do it because they still need stores to push their consoles. And the stores won't push the consoles without the games. So you can't, and the stores won't be able to sell the games if they can be bought elsewhere cheaper. Why do you think so many places... Think about this. Remember when Amazon was doing the thing where you bought a new game, it was like $20 cheaper or something like that? Remember that?
Nah, I don't remember that.
You don't remember that? I know Manny probably remembers that, and other people.
I never bought one through
Amazon. For like a 2-week period or something like that. They were like something stupid, like $10-$20 off.
Damn.
That.
Then you trade in your games unless it's that's a shit, man. Yo, dude, you get fucked. You sell that you trade in like this much games to GameStop and they give you like $5.
But why would you do it? Why would you trade in your games if you're an adult?
Yeah, if you're an adult. I'm talking about if you're a kid and you whatever. But yeah. So can you pay $70 for the game, but the DLC after you end up paying at least $200? Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. No, they caught us with the fucking season. We got to season 6 of Call of Duty. You pay $30 each season. Like it gets out of hand, man. Mind you, buy the Vault Edition. That says $100 from the start of the game, and then every season $30. Shit adds up, bro.
Don't play Call of Duty.
Tim, my man Tim says it's a bad investment not owning what you buy, get nothing back.
Facts. And I think people started to wake up to it a little bit when they saw Discovery. All their things from Discovery, I think, were leaving PlayStation. So people lost their purchases. It's like, what did you I don't even know why that shocks people.
Like for example, for like the Xbox 360 store, everybody was download your game and keep that shit in your hard drive. That's it. You know what I mean? Bye bye 360 store. You can't get that shit no more. That's over $200. Yeah.
The other thing is too is like maybe it's just a generational thing, but like I'm from the like I want to hold that shit, you know. I want to own it, but it's also about it's a new game. It's not like quite like the old days where you had the instruction manual and the thing that you read through and shit like that. So
you know what it is? I can understand certain games being like for example, Call of Duty. I don't need to have a physical copy. You know what I mean?
Sure,
I can play that. I can play that digitally. You know what I mean? Even though I do have it physical, but you know what I'm saying? Like certain games like that, for example, you don't really need that.
Like live service games. I agree.
That's the only way I see things. DLC 280 plus tax. I need physical. Depends on the game. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Depends. Obviously, physical is the best way to have it. You know what I mean? It is because you have so many games in your fucking, and depending on the size of the games, can your fucking PlayStation 5 or your Xbox whatever hold that many games? You might want to trade in. Sometimes you have to erase. If you have that many games, you have to erase from your hard drive so you can put the new game.
And you just don't want to do that, man, because so many different things can happen. Like, what if the store closes?
That's what I'm saying.
If one of the companies goes out of business, gets bought by someone else, they just take it down. There's a licensing issue. Games get pulled because they license music in a game and they only hold the license for like 5 or 10 years. And then the license gets pulled on the music. Well, then they got to pull the game down. There's just too many.
Yeah, any sports game like 2K.
Yeah, that's okay. Madden. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I agree.
Again, I almost to a certain extent consider sports games like live service games. And I don't play sports games as much as I love sports too, and I love sports, but I don't like sports games at all.
Right, but do you really need one every year? 2K25, 26, or is that?
No, I don't think so. I'm surprised, and maybe they are, and I'm just not aware of it. But I don't know why they're not doing it as a live service subscription model where they don't even really make a new game. They just kind of update the roster and just kind of tweak things as they go. If they're not doing that already, I don't know why they're not. That makes perfect sense for that.
Call of Duty update takes about terabyte. Yo, I heard supposedly they're trying to like separate from the game from the Warzone because Warzone is another thing that takes up space in your hard drive. So yeah, all that shit. There you go, man. Yeah. All right, let's wrap this up, man. Let's wrap it up, man. Almost 2 hours already, man.
Wow. Time to go play some video games. I definitely want to do it before I fall asleep.
Yeah. All right, so let's wrap it up, man. Again, this was pretty dope, man. Maybe we should do this more often. Talking about video games. And like I said, me personally, I'm not too happy with the announcement of PS5 Pro. They should have just held it and done something better with it later on. This is my opinion. You know what I mean? Whatever. I mean, what you say about the PS5 Pro?
What?
What you say about it?
What do I say about it?
Yeah. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Right now?
Right now.
Right now, this. It's not either or. I'm just whatever about it. Like I said, I'm not rushing out to get it. And certainly if all the disk drives are bought up, I'm certainly not rushing out to get it. If you already have a PS5 and you're not like, first of all, if you don't have the money, don't even worry about it. Because I don't think it's going to be that even noticeable of a difference for most people. Unless you're really in tune with hardware, then it's a different story. So I'd say for most people, it's down for the most part.
Last chat, real quick, man.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to bring up. That's the other thing I'm missing.
So awesome, right?
Guides. Dude, I have so many freaking strategy guides. That's what we should. You know what? Maybe that's what we should do on like a next show or something like that. Is like I'll pull out all the strategy guides.
I don't have much.
You don't have, dude. I have so many. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I remember the last one I bought was for Metal Gear, I think 4 for the PS3. Mm-hmm. That's the last one I bought. Last strategy guide I bought.
It's sad. There's only a couple companies that still do it, but it's very few and it's very limited.
Dang, y'all making me. Y'all make me go through these because this sounds pretty good. You serious, bro? Xbox gave you a $500 powerhouse that developers don't use because trash PS5 lacks the features, and they gave you 300 entry level next gen console with Game Pass. What more you want?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, that was a little
Give
bit.
you a fine that developers don't use because trash PS5 lacks the features. I don't agree with any of that from what I can understand of it, but okay.
Yo, what up, guy? What's going on, man? Just wrap it up real quick here, man. Yeah, damn good. I mean, listen, man. Like I said, Xbox gave you powerhouse.
I understand what some of it, but gave you a $300 entry level next gen. What's $300? PS5 lacks what feature? Xbox gave you a powerhouse that they don't develop on. It has nothing to do with other people. Their own people don't develop games on it. Good ones.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, damn good. I'm sorry, bro.
Unless we're reading that completely wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
I apologize, but it's coming across wrong.
It's like everywhere. I can understand.
Yeah.
$75 for the controller. Yeah, man. And then get the elite controller for the Xbox is like 150, 120. Yeah, but best investment you can have, man. That controller is beautiful, man. All right, that's it, guys. We'll wrap it up, man. Definitely, man. I'm enjoying these topics that we're talking about, it, man. Start doing more of this shit. I'm trying to change. I changed the name of the channel, so I gotta, instead of keeping it with comics, we keep it with other stuff. You know what I mean? Besides that, guys, that's all I have, man. What you got going on, or you want to say anything?
No. Everybody have a good week. Good weekend. It's Friday, almost
Friday. It is.
Football's back. Too bad football
back.
for me is miserable, but I kind of expected that.
Yeah, Jordan Love hurt.
Well, at least you have hope on your team. Your team can still actually win.
Yeah.
Without him. My team can't win with our quarterback.
Anyway, guys, man, appreciate everybody stopping by. Yo, the comments was always blasting, man. Thank you so much, everybody in the chat. Thank you, Josh, for doing this.
Wait a minute. He posted something again. Dude, what are you talking about? We keep trying to go, but
Sony greedy ass is not Xbox fault. That's on the Sony fanboys that don't say shit and take everything from their beloved company.
I don't know what you're talking about. They don't say shit. Do you see literally everybody complaining about the Pro? So yeah. What do you mean don't say shit? There's plenty of stuff Sony does that people you're the quote unquote fanboys don't buy. Look at both of their VR units.
Yo, I don't know. I mean, listen, both of us all about money, right? And both I like. Listen, I like Xbox because my more favorite game is more Xbox, but PlayStation, dude, you got to hands down. PlayStation is PlayStation. They're the monster right now. They're dominant right now. You know what I mean? Microsoft just gotta pick up the pieces, man. Right now, just do what you gotta do, and make some good games, some good quality games, and just do your thing. Because right now, don't jump right now and make a fucking Xbox, whatever the fuck it is. You know what I mean? Xbox. I don't know what are you, because they're not even consistent with.
They're not making that because they're too far behind in the generation. They're waiting till the next one.
Focus right now on your games. Focus right now on what you need to fix. Don't see this and try to jump the gun. You know what I mean? And it's the wrong way to do it. You know what I mean? I just don't like Josh said. Definitely, Sony needs Microsoft. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they do.
So what he said over here?
They need the competition.
Tom Warren. I reported earlier this year that PS5 Pro enhanced games doesn't guarantee 60 frames per second. Yeah, we talked about this. Sony wasn't super clear on this yesterday, but there will be a 30 frames per second PS5 Pro enhanced games. Okay. All right. Do you like the Absolute series? What, Batman? Absolute? I don't know. All right, guys. That's all I got, man. All right, man. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. God bless, and stay tuned. Later.